Overnight, the University of Denver is dealing with vandalism on campus, and campus leaders say someone made a fake call as a distraction. This is what campus safety found on one of the academic buildings on campus. It's red paint on and around that door. Campus safety says that they believe someone called security and claimed someone had been shot to get officers to go to another location. That ended up not being true. Campus safety says whoever made that false report could face criminal charges now. Meanwhile, it's still not clear why someone vandalized this building in the first place or if they have any suspects.
This morning, we're hearing from world leaders about the International Criminal Court's potential arrest warrants for Hamas and Israeli leaders. The ICC is seeking arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, other Israeli leaders and Hamas leaders to charge them with war crimes and crimes against humanity. Leaders from both sides are denouncing it, and President Biden is calling it outrageous. France is one of the only Western countries to support the ICC's announcement. Before anything happens, a panel of ICC judges have to decide if there is even enough evidence for a potential trial. If they do decide there's enough evidence, they could either issue a voluntary summons or an actual warrant.
Overnight, more than 569 tons of humanitarian assistance has arrived in Gaza. Crews delivered it across a temporary floating pier built by the U.S. So far, not all the aid that's passed through this pier has made it to the warehouses where it's supposed to go. On Saturday, the UN says 16 truckloads should have made it to that warehouse, but only 5 did. The other 11 were cleaned out on the way as they were driving through areas that haven't gotten much aid so far. Today is the first day a new shipment has come in since then.
Taking a live look at the Capitol right now, where this week the Senate is planning to vote on another border plan. The bill is supposed to reduce the number of border crossings and make it harder for migrants to qualify for asylum. It would also make it easier for authorities to turn people away who do not meet those qualifications. It would be the biggest set of migrant restrictions in decades. Republicans and Democrats negotiated this bill together, but it's still not likely to get enough support.
This morning, we are getting a better idea of when former President Donald Trump's hush money trial could wrap up. Originally, the judge wanted closing arguments to start today. Now, that's been delayed. Testimony wasn't finished by the end of the day yesterday, and the judge wanted to make sure that there was enough time to give the jury instructions before they deliberate. So if all goes according to schedule, testimony will wrap up this week. Then they'll take off Friday and Monday for the holiday weekend, and closing arguments will start next week. After that, it's up to the jury to decide if Trump is guilty.
It's 6:07 right now, and ski resorts in Colorado can no longer use waivers to protect themselves from most lawsuits. That's according to a new ruling from the state Supreme Court, and it could have big ripple effects in the industry. The lawsuit centers around a 16-year-old who was paralyzed at Crested Butte more than 2 years ago when she fell from a ski lift. Annie Miller's family sued, saying the ski area should have done more to protect her because the lift operator never stopped the lift as Annie hung before falling. A district court dismissed the Miller family's claim early on, saying the law protects the ski industry here. But in a 5-2 decision yesterday, the Colorado Supreme Court reversed the lower court's decision, allowing the Miller family to continue to pursue a negligence claim against the resort. Homeowners in Woodland Park are challenging new city regulations, saying they violate property rights.
Yeah, people there voted to regulate short-term rental properties like Airbnbs and Verbos back in December. One rental property owner says the regulations are essentially a ban. They require owners to live in their short-term rentals, or their rentals must be in an area zoned for commercial properties. That property owner says nearly all of the 150 short-term rentals in Woodland Park are in residential neighborhoods, forcing most owners to move into their properties or sell altogether.
It's going to have a negative impact financially. People aren't going to be able to stay here, and so they're going to continue to drive through to other places that are more friendly.
Technically, these regulations don't go into effect until the end of this year, and that's when the city will stop renewing licenses that don't meet these requirements. Homeowners have filed a lawsuit hoping to reverse the new rules before they can take effect.
Right now, RTD is getting ready to start the first phase of a massive reconstruction project in downtown Denver. 9 News reporter Brianna Fernandez is live in Denver this hour. Brianna, this is going to bring a really nice refresh out to the RTD tracks.
Erica, the current infrastructure, according to RTD, is about 30 years old and it's deteriorating. So, of course, with any major project and the project that RTD is about to make, they say that not only will it impact riders, but also drivers, especially here in the downtown area. And that's because several intersections will have to get a makeover. So take a look at your screen. So those 5 intersections will include Stout and 15th, as well as 17th and Stout, California and 15th, as well as 17th, and then Broadway and Welton. So during this time, there will be no light rail service for the L line. And then the D and H line will also be rerouted. So RTD says that they're still trying to determine and see which 5 intersections they will begin with first instead of working on them all at once. The $152 million project aims to improve safety, address infrastructure issues, and then extend the design life. So during this time, crews will have to go down multiple feet underneath the rails and see what they're working with.
So if you look, just as the bus comes up and you see this, constantly, day in and day out, we are compromising the integrity of the infrastructure. And I want to be clear that we are doing this project due to the fact that our colleagues in our maintenance of way light rail division come out and they do track inspections. And so we notice the integrity of the infrastructure.
So this is just phase 1 of the reconstruction project. RTD says that it will begin on May 26th, that is this Sunday, and then hopefully be completed by mid-September unless there's any changes or any repairs that they need to do. And of course, phase 2 and 4, so phase 2, 3, and 4, those will begin in 2025. So just remember, this is just phase 1 of that reconstruction project. For now, I'm live in Denver, Brianna Fernandez for 9 News.
Just the beginning, Brianna, of some much needed work. Thank you so much. We do want to help get you out the door as far as what our travel is looking like from our CDOT cameras. Really not looking too bad at 611 so far on your Tuesday. C470 in Alameda moving along just fine. We are beginning to see things slow down just a little bit coming through Commerce City here. Westbound 76 and 96th Avenue, of course, those lanes traveling toward us. Highway 36 and Federal, no issues or delays. Same thing goes for I-25 and 84th Avenue.
And thank you, Erica. And you saw from Erica's shots a little bit of sunshine here and there. That's what we'll see this morning before the clouds, showers, and storms move back in. And looking at your stats, going for a high of 61 degrees today. That compares to the normal high of 73, 12 degrees below that. 45 would be the normal low. 91 the record high from 2006, and the record low 31 from 2019.